special segment known as the I Am Who They Want sponsorship segment show. And tonight we have a featured guest who is a mother, a nurse, an all around businesswoman, college grad, and she's family, you know. And tonight we have a featured guest, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Felicia Sapp. And of course, you know, I got the Duchess in the building, the Queen, the most phenomenal partner ever, my dynamic duo. You already know, Lady Tasha in the building.
Hey everybody.
Hi everyone.
And I am the artist formerly known as DJ Big Dog. I am now rebirthed as DJ Steady Rock. And this is
Steady Rock.
Yes.
So let's get the show on the road.
Right, how everybody doing out there tonight? We back at it again tonight. On the show, got a special guest. Kalisa. Kalisa?
Yes.
That's right?
Yeah.
Kalicia. Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty. I like that. Kalicia.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's going to be here chopping it up with us tonight. Let me tell you something. She's a very, very, well, she's overall always very important. But, you know, we're going to learn a lot from her tonight, especially with how she handled with everything that was going on in the last year and a half with this pandemic. So this is going to be another phenomenal show with another awesome person who's just going to give us so many greatness. We're definitely going to dig in her mind and get all her thoughts and opinions on what she thinks about everything that's going on with this pandemic and the vaccine and everything, because I know she got a whole lot to say. And everything. So we just want to go ahead and get that started and everything. And first we're going to let Steady, you know, actually introduce her a little bit more, you know, because she's warm.
Right. Y'all already know. Khaleesi, what more do we need to say about you at this point of the show?
Right.
You're a nurse. You got this care time scrub that's doing big things, especially for our essential workers.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So go ahead and tell the listeners and the viewers, for those that don't know, who you truly are, what you here to talk about tonight.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Kalicia Sapp. I am a country girl raised in Quincy, Florida. We moved to Tampa, Florida when I was 9 years old. You could probably still hear my accent because I still got my little country accent. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a registered nurse. I was an LPN first, and I went to get my bachelor's in nursing as well. I also have a home health agency where I take care of a disabled individual. So I have about 5 disabled clients, from cerebral palsy to autism, schizophrenia, you name it. I pretty much take care of them. I just always have a passion of helping others. So that's why I have the home health agency. And it just made sense for me since I had the agency to start a scrub business. I always hear all the different nurses and everybody, you know, complaining about, you know, how they want these scrubs to fit and, you know, what they don't have, the colors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it just made sense for me to also start a scrub business. So yeah, pretty much call me a nursepreneur. Still doing my nursing and doing my businesses on the side as well. Excuse me, I should say business first and nursing on the side. So nursepreneur, yes.
Well, nursing on the side, I mean, that's a big hell of a side to have. A nurse.
Yes,
Jesus Christ. I mean, come on now. I mean, if you say you doing nursing on the side, I mean, you definitely a superwoman. Because I want to know what your front and gap look like if nursing's on the side. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So when I got my business and the home health agency, I got off the ground. I've been doing it for like 2 years now. So once I got that, you know, developed and it's going well, I pretty much stopped my full-time nursing job. So I'm just pretty much now just full-time entrepreneur, but I do still pick up, you know, different PRN shifts and things. Like now I'm doing the COVID testing with giving out the vaccines, and we're also testing individuals for COVID. So I do that on the side as well, but I want to focus more on my own businesses. But like I said, I'm going to always be a nurse. I have my license and everything, but I'm more focused on my businesses first, and then I want to pick up, you know, extra shifts as far as me being an RN on the side. So,
awesome. Really? You. Okay. So, I'm gonna get into it. Before we get into it, I gotta shout out Keanu again at Lashes Bar. Okay, because no, I'm gonna tell you why. Yesterday I ran into an emergency with my lashes. She came all the way from Garden City, 45 minutes to open up her shop to fix it. So she gave me a quick fix and told me it was only 24 hours I was gonna have with these lashes, and I guess I was gonna lose my slipper and my slipper was gonna have to get in because Cinderella's gonna be over. These lashes are still up. The 24 hours. I was gonna thank you. I don't know. Maybe we got, so I just want to thank you anyway. But let's get into it. Because you said you do COVID testing, right? All right. So with everything that's going on, especially with the controversy with the vaccine, people want to get it, people don't want to get it, and everything. Let me I just want to know the different type of personalities you're seeing coming up for this COVID testing and everything. And what do you think, what are your thoughts on, like, do you see a lot of people coming and saying they've been vaccinated already and they coming to get tested and they popping up COVID positive again?
Well, where I'm doing the COVID test, it's a lot of kids. Every day, there's so many kids that are in quarantine. So a lot of the parents haven't got their kids vaccinated, but a lot of the elderly adults, they are vaccinated. One of my clients actually, that I knew, and like some of my friends as well, have the vaccine, and unfortunately they still have came up positive, and some of them have been vaccinated for like months now. So yes, there are still people, unfortunately, who have the vaccine that are still coming COVID positive. They're not getting as many. I will say the vaccine does protect you from the different symptoms. They're not really sick, like full blown, pneumonia and everything. They're just having a mild symptoms, like a little cough, maybe a little fever, but they're not getting really like put you in the hospital, put you on a ventilator type sick. So I will say that the vaccine is protecting them from the, the very, very severe symptoms that everybody, have been seeing and everything. But yeah, it's like a mix. Most kids aren't vaccinated because some of them are really young. Like I think less than 12, they don't even have a vaccine for those kids yet. 12 and up, they have the vaccine. So like my baby football team, some of his football team members, they're vaccinated. But they're 13. So some of their parents, make the choice to get them vaccinated. Me personally, for my kids, I don't know if I want to get them vaccinated. My son is 9, so he's not even eligible, but my 12-year-old, he'll be 13. I'm not sure. I want to do some more research on it as far as the kids go. So I'm not sure if I'm going to jump into getting him a vaccine at this point.
So that's the first point I want to make. So to put up to all the people that doesn't believe in the vaccine, and every time they come up with a dispute against the vaccine or reason why not to get vaccinated is because, it doesn't prevent you from getting COVID. We know that. We don't need you to repeat that. Okay. Now,
yes, it does.
You know that it does not prevent you from getting COVID. Okay. Right. So now, the next part I want to go to, right? From you, what you're singing out there right now with the people who's been vaccinated, okay, and they're testing positive for COVID versus the people who have not been vaccinated testing positive for COVID. Are you seeing like the difference with how their bodies are handling it?
Yes, I am. Like safe. I know one person, like when I was in the hospital working as well, some people that haven't had the vaccine at all, they're definitely getting COVID pneumonia, which is causing them to be on ventilators. They're going to be in the ICU. People that actually have the vaccine, of course, these people that I know, they're mostly my age in their 30s, so they don't have any underlying conditions. That's another thing as well. If a person has an underlying condition, they're going to be more, if they get COVID positive, they're going to have more severe symptoms as well. But most people that's going to be my age who's fully vaccinated, they're positive. They're not getting any severe symptoms. Like I said, maybe a little cough, a little fever. But people that's not vaccinated, they're getting the actual COVID with the side of pneumonia. The pneumonia is going to be affecting your lungs. That's going to cause you not to breathe. You're going to have, tubes in your nose, tubes in your throat, and everything. So it's definitely helping people to have the vaccine, I would say. But again, it depends on the person too. Do they have any underlying? Do they have asthma? Do they have bronchitis? Do they have COPD, emphysema? It depends on what that person has as well. Also, the age. If they're elderly, they're already going to be put into a different, zone because they are already at severe risk. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Got you. Okay. So now that's point 2. Okay, and we have somebody who's seeing this every day. She's basically, I want to say, an expert in what she does. You know what I'm saying? As far as recognizing and identifying, she's giving COVID tests and everything. Okay, so now she's saying that she's witnessing, and she can say that the people who are vaccinated versus the people who's not vaccinated is handling the COVID much better. Okay, so we have a couple of things. Okay, Monet just said, I just tuned in and I heard the Moderna was recalled. Okay, have you heard anything about the Moderna being recalled?
Yes, I heard that Moderna was recalled from Japan. It was some kind of stainless steel fragments that they found in there. A couple vials were recalled.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that on Facebook as well, that they were recalled. Yes, I would say a lot of people are, like in the hospitals and stuff, are recommending Pfizer because that one just became FDA approved, and a lot of hospitals are giving the Pfizer as well. But I do know some hospitals and places were giving out Moderna too. But I did see that it was recalled. Not all of the Moderna vials, but some of the vials were recalled because it was some kind of stainless steel fragment that was found in the
Okay, so it's nothing to do with the vaccine itself. It was something more of with the
vials.
The material. Okay, so yeah, so Monet, she is a nurse. Okay, she's not a doctor, she's a nurse. Okay, she's a registered nurse. She's been in the field for years and everything. So great. So the Moderna is going to be called on it, not because of the vaccine itself, people. Okay, because I know people are running with things like this. Oh, the Moderna's been recalled. No, it was because there was an issue with the case and the vials that it was in. It has nothing to do with the vaccine. Am I correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So don't the vaccine give you COVID symptoms? That's another fact, and I'm going to let the expert answer that for you. Go ahead, because I already know what they're.
Oh, for some people, I've heard them say, like for the first shot. I was giving out the Pfizer shot. We were doing Pfizer when I was giving out the vaccine. The first shot, everybody said, "Oh, I felt good." But the second shot, yes, I did hear a lot of people saying they were experiencing fever, they were experiencing chills, their arm was very sore, they couldn't hardly move for a couple of days. So yes, that second shot, I am hearing a lot of people say they are experiencing some symptoms as well. Yes, but not for the first shot. No, not so much. But the second shot, yes.
Okay, so it does give you COVID symptoms, but again, COVID symptoms right now is the symptoms for COVID is like symptoms almost damn near everyday symptoms. Am I right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can do the same symptoms for a sinus infection, same symptoms for the common cold. So just because you're getting what you want to call COVID symptoms, that doesn't mean you have some type of form or strain of COVID in you.
Yeah, right. Go get tested. I would say go get tested.
Go get tested. After you get the vaccine, what I'm trying to say, after you get the vaccine, after you vaccinated, just because you experience what everybody's calling quote unquote COVID symptoms, which they're not realizing that there's symptoms for the common cold, symptoms for upper respiratory infection, the sinus infection, and everything. You're going to get the symptoms. So you're just getting symptoms. That's overall. My phone's going off. Overall common cold symptoms and sinus infection symptoms. That doesn't mean you have some type of strain of COVID in you just because you got vaccinated. Am I right or wrong, honey?
That's correct. Yes.
Had COVID, don't need your shooting COVID symptoms in here. Okay, so but you had COVID. I'll give you that, Jay. Go ahead and claim it on it. You had COVID, so let's give them the pass. But what I'm trying to correct you on is that no, when you get vaccinated, people are saying you're getting vaccinated and they shooting the COVID in you. Just because you're coming up with symptoms, that's not true. You're gonna just like you get the flu.
That's your body's reaction to the actual vaccine.
Right. The vaccine, they shooting COVID in you when you get the vaccine. That's not just because you're getting the quote unquote COVID symptoms. But my point is that the COVID symptoms are like the regular common cold symptoms, a sinus infection symptom. So it's not that they shoot a strain of COVID in you. Okay.
So it's just for example, like flu. When you get the flu shot, you also same symptoms. You're gonna feel weak. You're gonna feel like you're kind of like dizzy. You know, you're gonna be tired. So it's the same thing. Right. All vaccines make you have symptoms, but it doesn't mean you're actually getting that particular COVID or a flu inside of you. So yeah, it's just a flu shot.
Right, and what I don't like about that, they shooting a COVID in you. It goes back to that crazy behind theory that the COVID was just put in everybody, and that's how it started. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like people don't understand how ignorant it sounds and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they shooting the COVID in you. Monet says, "See, that's why I'm scared to get it because I had COVID-19. I just don't want them symptoms again." Honey, Monet, but you don't understand. You can get them symptoms without getting the vaccine. You can get them symptoms without having COVID. You know what I'm saying? These symptoms are like overall. Now, what's gonna enhance them symptoms to harm you is number one, if you don't get vaccinated, okay, and number two, if you have an underlying condition, and that's what the whole gist of it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, some people may say, well, I got both of the shots and I didn't feel anything. I felt fine. But like I said, majority of the people that we vaccinate, when they come back after the second shot, if they have to come back to bring somebody else, they always say that's the main thing. Oh, I had a fever. My arm was sore. I had chills. I just felt like I couldn't move for maybe 2 days at the most.
Right.
But yeah, those, that is true. They do have symptoms from getting
now. Yeah, Jay says the symptoms are terrible. Any cold symptoms or flu symptoms are terrible. Man, you don't understand how much your smell affects your eating until you eat stuff. You can't eat stuff. That's true, but check it. I've had plenty of colds way before the pandemic COVID era when I lost my taste buds got affected, and I lost my smell. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say about everything with these symptoms and stuff you go through is not new. The only thing that makes it new is that if you have an underlying condition and you don't get, get help, get immediate medical assistance or medical care, I should say, or if you don't get vaccinated. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we all going back for. They're going back and forth, getting vaccinated. I'm thinking about it though. Monet, go ahead and get it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many theories. And you know what, Kalisa, what I want to tell you that I put this up on my post the other day. So I was speaking to, it was just like an idiot who I was talking to. I don't even know why I entertained this person. Okay. She said that she works for the CDD, right? And she's not getting vaccinated because she knows what they do, or firsthand witness that, it's just, they with the vaccines, the government wants to track us. So I said before, why the hell they want to track us? Like, who the hell are we? What do we got?
I don't think so.
You understand what I'm saying? And so she goes on and say, well, yeah, they want to track us, and they want to track us, and I done seen it, I witnessed it. And I'm like, okay, so what is in this vaccine that you're witnessing? She goes, oh, well, it's a microchip. So we all know, and I want you to confirm this. The vaccine, right? The color of it. Is it clear, isn't it?
It's a clear color, yeah.
It's clear. I'm like, what is it that you see that they're putting in this vaccine? She tells me it's a whole full microchip. So for what I know with a microchip, that's kind of tangible and you can see it. If you was to put am I right or wrong? If you was to put a microchip somewhere, you can see it. So I'm like, well, wait a minute now.
Yeah, and she says, they put a chip in it, yeah.
Right, they put a microchip in it, and she says it's small enough to where it gets, well, you don't see it in the vaccine. But when they inject the vaccine into you, the microchip forms serial numbers. So I'm like,
I didn't hear anything about that.
She says she knows it's true because her coworker went, and I don't know what the hell made her did this, what kind of scanner she used, went and got a scanner, scanned the arm she was vaccinated with, and the serial numbers popped up. But then I realized as she's telling me this, because she kind of almost, I'm not going to lie, she kind of almost had me. Because she's telling me she worked for the CDD. She's taking experience with her. But then she went on to end it and said, well, my prophet said, as long as I give him the donation, I'll be straight and free and safe from any variant of this COVID. Okay, and then she tried to, like I said, solicit me to make a donation to her prophet. So when you have people out here like that who's going around preaching this stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, I have never heard anything about any serial numbers or nothing like that. I don't believe that. Yeah, I have never heard anything about that.
So I told her, I was like, listen, look, I got my vaccine in my left arm here. And I said, I'm going to go scan my arm. And if some numbers pop up, I'm playing a lotto with them.
Monet said, let me scan her. Monet said, let us scan her.
Right. You're getting scanned. So now you're getting scanned. All right. So what I want to know from you, what are some of the most ridiculous theories you done heard or anything you done heard about this whole vaccinated situation?
Please inform us. People.
Please. I need to know if there's more out there. So we can give them a snap sign.
The stories that they have. A lot of people just say, they need more research on it. They don't know if they want to take it. They don't know what it's gonna do. A lot of people are scared too because they're saying like a lot of the younger females, it's gonna mess with their fertility. So a lot of people are scared to get it as well because they're thinking that it may cause them to be infertile. So that's the big thing that's going on too. So I guess people can do their research on, talk to your OBGYN for things like that, just to, to verify. But I don't think it has anything to do with you being fertile. But that is a lot of things that a lot of times people say, oh, well, I'm scared because I heard you can be, it can make you not have babies and things like that. Like, matter of fact, one of my coworkers today, we were doing COVID testing, and she was saying she didn't want to get it because she heard, she was just scared because she may not be able to have babies. So that's a big thing that, individuals are scared to get. What else?
But I want to know, where are these things coming from? Like, is there like some
they just seen it,
probably seen like different doctor somewhere that's sitting on some throne saying, yes, this can happen. And what everybody's speaking to, like, where is this stuff coming from? What are they doing out there for them to like just come up with these things?
Movies and
but
paranormal.
You do know for the Johnson and Johnson, there was that is true about the clots. The Johnson and Johnson,
well, that's a known fact.
About the clots, and the other the Moderna as well can cause like a little swelling on the heart. So those are true facts as well for the like side effects. Not everyone will get it, but they do tell you if you read up on it, it does have that on one of the side effects. A little heart inflammation.
Right.
For some of the COVID vaccine shots.
Now that heart inflammation, that's something, because now I done got the Moderna. So that heart inflammation, is that something that can go away or go down?
It can
or
be treated, yes. Okay. But they just warn you before you get it. Yeah, they just warn you on that.
Don't wish that on me. Do not wish that on me, Monet. Please don't.
Like I said, they said it's like a warning so many people, but they have to still warn people before they get it. So yeah.
Right. So, but okay, things like that I can understand. Number one, because it's proven. You understand? Number two, it's an actual it's something that's a medical that's a medical condition that's forming. All this other BS with serial numbers popping up on your arm and everything. Come on, what the hell is that? Like, I mean, that, like, how can that even, like, I can't even fathom, like, a serial number popping up. And I asked, I said, well, where did serial number go? She said it just ended up imprinted in her arm.
Wow. Yeah.
A little heart inflammation. A little.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. That's why you have to read before you get, read up on it. Like I said, I'm not against people who get it and who don't get it. That's your decision. You have to do your own research, whatever. I love everybody. If you're going to get it or you don't want to get it. So, do your research, talk to your doctors and everything, and just go from there.
I was a strong,
whether you want to get it or not. So
now I have somebody's on the block. Luana's on the block, right? That's my social media app, and they live stream on the block. So she says, "Oh, that's true, right? Like they already track us on our cell phones. What the hell they want to track us for to a goddamn vaccine? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I
have never heard about any tracking with a serial number. So
right.
I was a big conspiracy theorist, and Team No into a long discussion with Lady Tasha, and then a discussion with Grandma. And Team No quickly went to Team Yes. I'll be there first thing tomorrow morning to get this out the way. So yes, people, DJ Steady Rock has started. I took the first dose of Moderna, and now y'all putting all these red flags up in the midst of all this conversation. So before the 29th come, I'm gonna do some more praying, some more meditation, and then go back and take the second dose.
Okay. Right. Now, I have both. Yeah, I'm fully vaccinated. Now, the first shot, it was my arm was sore. That's the only thing I experienced. Now, the second shot, I think it did, and I think maybe because I did get some symptoms and everything, it took me through like a little depression thing. You understand? I started thinking about my brother that wasn't here no more and everything and whatnot. Yeah. So stuff like that is true, but all of that stuff is medical. We're not talking about something like serial numbers popping up or anything, which is just crazy. And I just wish people will leave it alone. So Monet says, all the crunks. Can you bring that down some study?
Okay. Thinking about
all the crunks be home about all the that nobody want to be trapped. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it is what it is. So now you said something interesting. You're vaccinated?
So I'm not vaccinated.
Okay. So I want to hear, do you mind sharing with you why you're not vaccinated?
I'm still doing my research. To be honest, I really don't like the flu shot. I worked in the ER, so my immunity level is really high. So I don't even like they had to make us get the flu shots because we work in a hospital environment. So yes, I'm not vaccinated. So I'm still doing my research. I probably will be vaccinated over the next couple of weeks, but I'm still doing my research. Like I said, everything I'm telling you all, I think to myself as well. So I'm still doing my research. I may get it and I may not. So,
You
but I still want like to inform, everybody around me.
Now, when you say you're doing your research, are you doing your research because I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're not doing your research on these damn theories that's out here, right?
No, I'm just doing my research. When I was saying, when I was doing my I was like, that it was a heart inflammation. When Moderna just got recalled. So all these things are making me. I have kids already.
Doing research on a different type of what type is better for you
about the infertile thing. I just don't ever like to jump in head first when something first comes out and go ahead and get it just because everybody else is getting it.
Yeah, that's how I was too.
For myself, what's gonna be best for me and my children, like me, I don't like feeling sick, so I already know the symptoms and everything. So I'm just like, I need to go to work. I don't want to be feeling groggy and sick. So I just didn't get it at this point. So
right. So and right.
I just said, Monet, I just don't like to feel like that little sick feeling and everything. And like I've been okay. I've been doing okay as of now. And like I said, I just want to, just see, what's going on with everybody else, how everybody else is feeling when they're taking it. All of my family have been fine when they've taken it. So I think I'm kind of on the verge of going ahead. I made an appointment actually, but I missed the appointment. So I was going to get it last week. So it's not that I don't want to get it. I just was researching all the different ones, like with the Johnson & Johnson, Monet, when it came out about the women getting the blood clots. That kind of scared me. I'm not going to lie. That scared me about that one. Then when I just heard the Moderna being recalled, I was like, okay, why did they get it recalled? I'm still human. I'm a nurse, but I'm still human as well. And I have to make the best decision for me because I have 2 little kids.
Of course. So I
have to make the best decision for me and my children. So nothing, that's what's really stopping me from getting it. I want to just research it more and see actually which one would be the best for me to actually get. That's what I'm stuck at. Which one to actually get. I know not Johnson.
Right.
Sure, but it's
let's just put it out here. Let's just put it out here because somebody in the comments will say that you here talking about the vaccine, but you didn't take it. Okay. All right. She's human, number one. Number two, she deserves a chance to do her research. Like she said, she did not say she's not getting a vaccine. She says she's doing her research, and that's based on the different types of vaccine are to find out what's better for her. She said that she will eventually be getting a vaccine. Vaccinated. Am I right?
Yes, and I didn't say I was a pro-vaccine, not for the vaccine. I said it's up to you. Do your own research. Everybody has their own decision to make, and that's my decision I'm making now. A lot of nurses and a lot of doctors don't have the vaccine. I'm not the only one. So a lot of them do. So
I'm good for people who say they're not going to get vaccinated. Fine, leave it at that. But don't come up with these theories. Number one,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't come up with looking at me crazy because I done got it. Number two, because it's for each their own. If you don't want to get it, fine. But you know what? Stay away from me if you can't wear your mask as well.
Exactly. Point blank. I love wearing my mask all the time.
Right. Now, next thing I want to get on is mask thing. Now, for the last 2 days, actually yesterday, I was watching Tamron Hall, and I seen some more foolish people on it. Okay, I don't want to call people because let me take that back because. Mothers with their children, that's just a different scenario and situation, okay? This one lady was on there, and she was saying that how she don't want her children to wear masks. She's mad because they're enforcing them to wear masks and everything because it makes her child depressed and it causes health issues.
I've seen something
like that too. You heard something like that too. Now, what is your opinion?
We're going, my county has the mandatory mask mandate. Unless you have a medical reason, your child has to wear masks. So they're going back and forth with the governor now on that down here. But I personally think that all the kids need to wear masks. I mean, if they don't have, because it's been so many children in quarantine because the one child has it, they have all these different symptoms. It's like yesterday, somebody came through the line, the whole class. She had to shut down her whole class because all her kids had the symptoms. So everybody in her class was quarantined. Right. So I mean, but she probably would be one of the people who would get excused in my county because her child may have a medical condition. So, but I have my children; they're going to wear the mask. They're going to.
And see, Adrian made a great point, and that's what she really be depressed if her child's in the hospital. Now she said that she don't want her child to be depressed, and there's other health issues. Then she was asked, which she couldn't answer. Okay, so if you don't want them to get vaccinated, you don't want them to wear masks, What are you doing to help the situation? She goes and responds and say, well, I'm making sure my child don't get depressed by wearing masks. Okay, but what are you doing to help the situation so your child don't get COVID? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like now you have your mother.
Can't get it. A lot of people think, oh, my child can't get it. Yes, 2-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, right. All of them can get COVID. Kids can't get it.
Exactly. So your mother, right? Your children, you make them wear masks?
Yes. Both of my kids wear to school. Like I said, it's mandatory in our county. All of our kids, all of our schools down here, it's mandatory. They have to wear masks.
Right. Gotcha. Wow. Whew, God. I mean, and this whole thing just
if it wasn't mandatory, my kids would still wear it.
They would still wear it. Thank you. Exactly. You'd rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? And these are your babies right here. You know what I mean? You're pushing out in the world where they're in school all day. There's people that you don't, every day you can encounter something evil. You don't know what these people out here are gonna do. You're taking a chance just letting your child go out to school, in the world with people who they might bump into and not know. And then now you got to worry about them bumping into people who gonna expose them to, something deadly. Come on. So why not protect your child and put a mask on them and everything? The not getting your children vaccinated and everything, I understand. You're a mother, you do more research for your children, for something that can affect your children more than you do for yourself. So you always put your child first and everything. So I can understand why you might want to be hesitant on that and leery of that. But not wearing a mask, something that's just basic and simple. And that is proven to help. Okay, now Adrian says, it's a long paragraph. What she said? I can't see. Adrian, these new variants have much higher viral loads than COVID-19, Delta, Lambda, and anyone who is not wearing a mask is a fool. Yep, I said it. Just stupid. And Adrian, I 100% agree with you. I mean, you got, now, are you down in Florida, honey? Kalisha?
I'm in Florida, yes. I'm in Tampa.
So, let me ask you something. I hope you don't mind me asking you. What do you think about your governor down here with this whole situation? I mean, because somebody
I want my kids to wear a mask. I think them saying that, that I know the parents can have their own, but I think it should be a common decision on what's going to be best for the children. And that, for me, is having everybody wear a mask. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't think that they should choose whether or not to have
you actually got people out there who's supposed to be getting penalized and who's against and want to get this whole thing thrown out. And I'm like, why? Like,
it's our county. They're trying to take away their salaries.
They're trying to take away salaries.
Yeah,
so if they see you wearing your mask, they're taking away salaries and stuff now. That's what they're trying to do.
Take, like the school board members, they're trying to take away some of their salaries because they're saying that they supposedly the ruling wasn't written or something like that. But I think the judge just put it into. I think he just signed it and put it into like a written order now. But last week they were saying that it wasn't like a written order, so they were saying that they were still defying the governor because it wasn't a written. Or even though the judge sided with the school board and everything, it wasn't particularly written or written down. So I'm not sure what happened. I didn't watch anything today because I was working, so I'm not sure what happened as of today.
But so we have they saying that they defying the governor because they want to be safe and they didn't want to get COVID. And they defying the governor for wearing a mask. Okay, so let's take this back. Okay, I don't know if y'all remember back in the early 90s, there was like this whole culture and style going around with them wearing these masks. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was part of the style and culture. Do you remember what I'm talking about? They was wearing them face masks, them like gas masks. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, the big ones with the little, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right? Yeah. They was everybody, the rappers, everybody was wearing them. Okay, so that was a part of the culture and the style back then. So now we're here in COVID. You know what I'm saying? They got stylish masks. They got all types of masks. Matter of fact, shout out to my girl Monet in the chat here. You want a nice stylish mask? She's gonna hook you up because she got it and everything. She makes them customized and everything for you. So what if people just want to wear these masks? Because it's in style. Because it's stylish. You know what I'm saying? It goes with what they wear. Now they getting penalized because they want to wear masks. I mean, who are they to penalize somebody because of something they want to wear?
Yeah. They're saying that his big thing from what I was reading up on and listening to in the news is that it should be the parents' decision to do what they want to do with their child, but it should also be the parents' decision to think about everybody else's child as well. That's how I feel about it.
Exactly.
So,
And what coming to what my governor here? Okay, now everybody know I'm a big Andrew Cuomo fan and I love him. Okay, but he said that he's going to leave it up to the school districts here. That's when he was in office, because we all know that he's gone now. He was in office. He said he was going to leave it up to the districts to decide whether they should mandate the mask. Okay. Now, when he resigned. Okay, because of all the issues and controversy he was going through with the sexual harassment cases. Okay, we have our governor. She's a woman now, and I can't pronounce her name, but I gotta learn it. She's a female now. Now, just to tell you how females think, and I don't know all about her yet, but I like what she's saying. She, from what I heard, is mandating a mask. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you in?
So, I'm in New York.
Oh, you in New York? Okay, New York. Okay.
I'm in New York. So when I'm talking, the way I'm going with here, there's really a big difference on the way, and I'm sorry, guys, the way men taking this and think, and the way women taking this and think. Because Andrew Cuomo, he's a man. He said he's leaving up to the school districts. He didn't mandate it. Okay, now your governor down there, he's a male. He want to penalize people. You know, it takes a woman to come in office. And I guess because us women, we the ones who bear the kids. It's that maternal thing. We nourish them and everything. To say, no, we have to mandate these kids wearing masks in school. It's like that's just crazy. Like, why isn't it? Why can't people just say, okay, this is common sense? I'm so glad they blocked.
They adopted for a reason.
Yeah, Adrian said, I'm so glad they blocked this sentence. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And foolishness. Let me see. Monet, yes, a mother, your child first. Yeah, but come on, stupid, wear your mask. Exactly. Wear your mask and stuff. So now, oh God, that's a mouthful, and I'm quite sure we're gonna come back later on. So let's talk about this. Wait, Adrian got something. Where's Steady at? I can't read. He got the logo in front of. Can you see what Adrian said? That's a big paragraph in the logo.
There's a lot of irresponsible women, but if you remember in the beginning, a lot of men were dying. I remember me and you were talking about that, Tash. So that's true what you're saying.
Yeah, Tash. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's true. A lot of men were dying. Yes, a lot of men was dying when this pandemic started, and that's the reason why. Let me tell you something. I threw a whole relationship out the window because of this pandemic. Because I'm serious. When it comes to my life, you know what I'm saying, or being with you, and you can't keep your behind in the house, and you on the street, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. Adios, homie, because I can't do it. These men just like Florida. A lot of these men just didn't take it seriously. And yes, I know so many more men, much men that passed away from COVID than women. Women taking it seriously. And the reason why is because, again, they, before themselves, they thinking about their children. You understand what I'm saying? They think about what they got to do to themselves to make sure they're keeping themselves protected so they don't get their children infected. They can't give them a hole in the family. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas men, they just go out in the world thinking, oh, well, this ain't going to happen to me. All I got to do is wear my mask and stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, gosh. So let's talk about your line, what you do as far as the essential workers, accessories, and wares and stuff. Because, yeah, she does that.
Yes, I have a scrub line. So I sell the medical scrub uniforms. I have the compression socks, stethoscopes, scissors, the under scrub, like the little ones when you get cold. I have those. I want to get into shoes. I don't have shoes actually on the site as of yet. I have watches. What else do I have? And that's about it. Yeah, the scrub uniforms, stethoscopes, the undershirts, watches, scissors. I want to get some t-shirts, like little different t-shirts or whatever. But yeah, I have my own scrub. It's gonna be it's the name brand scrubs that I sell.
And what's the name of the brand?
My brand is called Care Time Scrubs, and I have different vendors that I sell. Yeah, different name brand vendors that I sell.
Now you said you have the stethoscopes. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, I sell stethoscopes too.
So now, because that's something the doctor uses, to listen to the patient's hearts, everything that's going inside. Now, when you was getting that made, is it something where you already getting made and you just putting your own finished cosmetics touch on it, or is this something you actually went to get? Because I'm quite sure something like that has to be approved somewhere.
Oh no, it's just just one of the company, one of my vendors, they already have it made, and I just picked the color that I sell. Yeah, it's already made.
So what is the twist that you put on it?
My twist is that I just, I have it's Care Time Scrubs is what I have. And the twist that I put on is that I sell to everybody. I'm not one of those scrub shops where I just only sell to medical professionals. If you're a lash tech, if you do hair, you're a cosmetologist, if you just want to go to Walmart, you want to be comfortable and wear your scrubs, I sell scrubs to everybody. My scrubs is not just for like medical professionals. Anybody can buy my scrubs. You want some kind of comfort, you want to be comfy. My cousin, she's a paralegal. She buys my scrubs. So it's not for just medical professionals. Anybody that want to wear scrubs can wear scrubs. We have
now being a podcaster, I can order one as my work uniform. Right?
Yes, it's very comfortable.
Come in ready.
What else color you want? We have a lot of different colors.
And how long you been doing this?
That's been for I actually did my grand opening last November on Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, let me ask you this, because during the pandemic, there was a lockdown. They was putting limits on what people can get. How did that affect your business and stuff? Because was you able to sell to the average person who wasn't in the medical field, because they were just locking this stuff down, saying, because basically it sounds like do you also sell the protective wear stuff and everything?
The PPE, I have masks as well. Masks.
Right. Yep. So, and they was like locking it down, saying if you're not in the field, you can't get it because it was a shortage.
Yes. So I had the masks, the gloves. They always ran out, so I wasn't able to get any of the gloves. But I did have the masks. Yes, and we still have masks as well too.
Right. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So, and right now with the time that we in. That's anything in the medical field, dealing with medical field right now is the thing to be in. Right now, it's just it's real scary because you got this COVID and everything that's out here and stuff. So getting back to the COVID situation, have you because you're a nurse and everything, have you treated COVID patients?
I gave them, no, I haven't treated any COVID patients. No.
You haven't? Okay.
No, I would just, no.
Okay. Right. So you haven't been around. Okay. Because I was about to ask you, going home to your children after treating them and stuff. That I know that could have been like.
I do COVID testing now, so of course with the people that I'm testing, they may come back positive. But I haven't been in the actual hospital where I know the patient is positive and I'm treating them. No.
Right. Got you. Yeah. You know what I always wondered, and maybe you can answer this question for me. What is that container that they drop the stuff in? You know what I'm talking about. After the needles and the test. Don't laugh at me, Steady.
Oh, the sharps container?
I'm thinking of the garbage can, but what is it?
It's a red bag in it.
Huh?
Has the red bag in it?
I think so, yeah.
It's a biohazard container.
Oh, okay.
We have someone that come pick those up from the hospitals. My hospital had like a truck that came and picked those up like twice a week.
And what do they do with those?
I'm not sure what they do with what the company does.
I'm hoping they just go somewhere and burn it, because I hate to see that they're recycling it somewhere.
Yeah. They came and picked them out like twice a week from my hospital.
Right. So I'm hoping they going somewhere burning and stuff so it can't be reused and stuff.
Yeah.
But because now I was getting under the impression that maybe they're taking it somewhere recycling it, because a special truck comes to get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Epidemic.
Stuff in our hospital is very, sanitary and brand new.
Exactly.
Right. You don't listen. I don't put nothing past nobody nowadays. When people are acting the way they acting and stuff, you got a special truck to come pick this up. And you don't know where the truck is taking this thing to a building. I'm like, why not take it to a forest and burn it? Because you're not expected to use it no more because you shouldn't. So why they got a whole building they got to take this to? Like, what are they doing with this stuff?
I think it's like a special protocol, from the company that picks them up. But I'm just not sure, what they do. Yeah.
They get ready for zombie apocalypse.
But hospitals are safe. Hospitals are sanitary. Everything is new.
Would you say, Steady?
They're getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. It's odd.
I guess so. Just a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world and everything. So you got your line going on with the since you and that was doing good enough for you. You was loving that for you to let the nursing job just become a side job.
Hey, if you ever want to open up a shop in Quincy, Florida, just know I will be happy to run it for you.
Okay. Look at you, family.
So are you online?
I'm online at this point, yes. Online. I'm on Instagram, Care Time. So it's CARE and it's time. It's not spelled TI, it's spelled TY. My children are Tyrone and Thailand. So I added their names into the business name. So it's Care Time Scrub. That's on Facebook and also on Instagram. And I have my website, www.caretimescrubs.com.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
There you go. I love to see it. I love to see our sisters, our sisters and brothers, out there doing something positive and everything, just, flourishing. That's the same question Adrienne had up there before that she read and stuff and everything. Well, I'm just winning now. I don't just win. No, because, I had to talk to you when you came on. So I needed to get your opinion with all this stuff going on with this vaccine. But you said you almost there. You think, you just going back doing
I am leaning towards the vaccine. Yes, I am leaning towards getting it. My mom keeps saying, you need to get your shot, get your shot, get your shot. So, I don't want to be one of those people who didn't get it and then something happens to me. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and schedule it. But like I said, I don't care if, I'm not one of those people that, she's stupid because she didn't get the vaccine. It's everybody's own decision. Make your own decision on your own body, on your own family.
There you go.
I support both sides. If you don't want to get it, that's you. If you do want to get it, that's you as well. Just do your
research. And again, like I said, I respect people's decisions too. I just don't like it when they're coming up with foolery. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the serial numbers.
Like, this is just crazy. Like, because now I'm looking at you like, okay, like you're just crazy. Okay. And then you had a lot of people that within the last month or two, when this Delta came, they was actually on their beds in the hospital begging a doctor to give them the vaccines, but it was too late.
Yeah.
But it was too late.
Yeah.
It was just too late. Now, and so now there was this other lady that was very interested on Tamara Hall again today. It was a whole different show. She lost a couple of family members from the COVID. And because she didn't want them to get vaccinated, she didn't believe in the vaccine.
What was the last part you said?
She didn't want them to get vaccinated because she didn't believe in the vaccine. Well, she didn't, she didn't trust it. So the question to her was like, well, why you didn't trust it? And she goes, well, because, it just came out too soon and too quick. So the next question to her was, well, wouldn't you have rather them had the vaccine to see would it come done? Because now they're gone. And it was just like a blank stare. She had nothing to say. But she still stood by her original statement, there's not enough research, nobody should get the vaccine. But yet and still, you having family members that's dropping dead from COVID, you know what I'm saying? And you can't just admit to the point that the fact that, if they would have got vaccinated, there might have been a chance they would have been alive.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? And, the numbers speak for itself. The numbers speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the amount of people who's not vaccinated that really suffered with this latest strain we had out Delta, are the ones who are not vaccinated versus the ones who's dead. Matter of fact, a lot of people who's not vaccinated, like you said, who are vaccinated, like you said, they got it. They don't even know they had it most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they could probably it could affect them just like being something seasonal. Seasonal sinus thing, seasonal allergies, seasonal colds and stuff, where it's not enough to be like get to the point where, let me run to the hospital and get tested to see what's wrong with me and stuff and everything. Wow. Oh boy. So but during the pandemic, you definitely worked through this whole thing with as being a nurse. Mm-hmm. They didn't make you like shift gears or anything, like where you had to because you're doing a COVID testing. Now, is that something you have to do at being a nurse, or something you just decided you was going to do?
I just decided I was going to do it. Yeah, it's not mandatory.
Right. So, do you have your own? Facility where people can come get tested, or?
No, I work for a company. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's like a drive-through. They drive up in the car, RPP and everything going. Yeah, and we swab their nose. Mm-hmm.
Right. Wow. And and it's just it was crazy because at the time when this first started and they first came up with the test, there was people who they wasn't even getting tested. Like if you wasn't sick enough for them, they wasn't going to test you. And that was because they didn't want to waste the test. You know what I mean? And so now they have the booster shots, right? Whereas they're only letting certain people get the booster shot. I think you have to have an underlying condition.
And I think elderly people going first.
Or elderly and stuff. So it's almost like, methods of things are kind of repeating itself. You know what I'm saying? Because before, like I said, with the test, you couldn't get the test unless you was just sick, and you was laying up in a hospital bed, threatened by having a ventilator, being hooked up to a ventilator. Then when the vaccine came out, Okay, it was like, okay, only certain people can get vaccinated. You know, people got to wait and stuff. There was only certain people get vaccinated. Now you got the booster shot. You know, you can only have an underlying, have to have an underlying condition and stuff and everything. So, wow, whew, Lord.
Yes.
So,
Pandemic.
so now, so you right now you're dealing with just, I guess, customers who's coming to you independently. Like, are you dealing like with like any major like healthcare facilities, like you're distributing, you know, you're selling to and stuff? Like
I just
nursing.
did a pop-up shop. Yeah, at a nursing home. Yes.
Okay.
I did a
So you
pop-up
did
shop at a nursing home.
Oh, you did a pop-up shop at a nursing home. Okay.
Yeah, last Friday I did. Yep.
Oh, awesome. How did that go?
It went very well, very well. A lot of they like their uniforms and everything. Got a lot of customers. I got to go back and take some more stuff, a lot of pre-orders as well. Because if I don't have the color, you can just email me and say, hey, I need this color, I need this size. It takes like about 3 to 5 days for it to come to me. So I always have the colors. I just have to order it.
Okay, got you. Wow. Well, Dad, let me tell you something. That, like I said, that what you're doing right now is something that's needed. You know, and I'm not mad at you for getting in that business, honey, because it's something that's definitely is here and it's gonna stay here.
It is. Yes.
Right, Steady. So Steady, he went and got his first shot. So proud. Yes. Yay. Yay. And he's gonna go get his second shot.
Yep. Alleged. Then we just have a whole discussion about certain red flags. Now you talking about go do now.
Well, look, you already in it, so you just gotta go in there.
You got it now, though. Yeah,
you got it now, honey. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta go and you can finish it up. That's it. Let me tell you something.
First of all, did nobody tell both y'all to jump on me just like that fast? You don't do that to me.
Let me tell you something. I'm the biggest hypochondriac. Okay, I can get a sniffle. And I'm online looking at coffins, caskets. Oh God, I'm about to die. I'm reaching out to my people and stuff. So that's why I went to get it. Because God forbid anything happened. And the whole thing about it is I still don't know if I ever had this thing. Because there was a point in time when this thing first started, I was really sick. You know what I'm saying? I was really sick. And this is before we found out what COVID was. I got sick January 2020. Yep, whereas I was so sick to the point, the ambulance had to come to work and get me and just chop me out of work. And I get to the hospital, okay, and the doctor said, well, you all right, nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, no, doc, I'm not feeling right. But they still let me go home. And so I went home. Right. I went home and I just literally was in a bed for like 2 weeks straight. Then I couldn't move. I was tired. And I remember having this horrible headache. And then for some reason, it seemed like everything attacked me at nighttime, the symptoms. Wow. You know what I mean? And I was just down. So like I said, I don't know if I ever had it, but I know when I did have it, it was bad. You know, I know a couple of my friends, they had it. One of them said everything on her was hurting except for her eyeballs and everything. Yeah. So it's like, who wants to experience that or go through that? You know what I mean? So why not go out there and get yourself tested and stuff and vaccinated? Yes. Wear your mask. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. And you know, you got so many, like this is kind of dividing families. You know what I mean? Because you got family members that's just, they scared. They don't want family members coming around who's not vaccinated of them, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know what's going to happen. And it's not because we don't love our family members, but, you know, we got to love ourselves first. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's crazy. I just hope it's over soon, but I don't see it being over soon because it's like we got these different variants that's coming out. What do you know about the different variants that's just right? Because we just finished with Delta, you know, so it's new. Fraternity and sorority getting ready to come out on.
Exactly. That's supposed to be, I think they say a mu or something like that. But I think they're still doing the research on that one too to see exactly, you know, where it's at and how, you know, how strong it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's just every time you turn around, it's a different thing.
A different variant, and it's just crazy and stuff. But wow, but like I said, you're doing something. I commend you. I you know, because you was out there, you giving COVID tests. Even though you giving a test, that's, you know, that's what you're doing. You're still putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that because you putting yourself out there to make sure that people are aware to know that they're okay or not. And if they're not, hey, this is what you have to do. You know, I expect anybody in that situation because me, I'm sorry, I'm like such a hypochondriac, I couldn't do it. And stuff. I just could not do it at all. I'm just like scared and everything. Like I just couldn't be around it. But then again, you know, I started going out and, you know, in public, not as much, but you know, the restaurants, so you never know what you're gonna bump into there. So
Yeah.
you know, and everything. Right, Steady? So Steady, you're gonna get your second shot and you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. But I told you what to do. Get the shot and just drink some Pedialyte. You know, something to get you right. Am I right? Some Pedialyte or something, you know, to keep your immune system up.
Right.
And keep stay hydrated.
I got this. I'm good.
You got this?
Got this. My blood. Okay.
Ain't nobody coming out trying to track you or nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no codes and nothing that they need that's gonna keep the world turning.
Right.
So they're not trying to track us or anything. So anything else coming up next for you and stuff? Because everything you done been, I mean, I see you writing a book in the future, honey.
I don't know. I never thought about writing a book, but you know, sky's the limit, you know.
Sky's the limit, yeah. I mean, you can definitely, you know, you have a lot to say. I mean, you and like other nurses and moms out there, I would love to hear something what you will have to say, like in a book, you know, with everything you went through and stuff, you know, how it affected you emotionally. Of course, you putting the thoughts of your children first before the thoughts of your well-being and everything. Then your kids are going back to school and stuff. Like, that's just a lot, you know. So I would love to hear, you know, a lot of people's stories on that. There's a woman, because, you know, the men, they out there and they like, well, you know, it is what it is. It's going to happen and stuff. But I think it's us females, us women who like worry more.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yes.
And everything. Right, Steady?
Right.
Wow. This has been an awesome podcast and stuff.
It has.
And whatnot. But it also put her website up so everybody can know where they can go and let everybody know again your social media sites and stuff.
Social media is Care Time. That's CARETYME Scrubs. All one word for Instagram. It's Care Time and then space Scrubs on Facebook. Website www.caretimescrubs.com. You need to email me. It's info@caretimescrubs.com. Any healthcare professionals, med techs, cosmetologists, essential workers, the little EMTs, Statman, Tasha, whoever, anybody that want to wear scrubs, you can go to the site. Like I said, if you have any questions on sizes or colors, I'm available to get those for you as well. And thank you all for having me on your podcast.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming and stuff and everything. And definitely, we're going to be looking you up. And also, I want you guys to go on a block. The block is my social media platform. It's called Everything Entertainment Expo. It's free in all app stores and stuff. You know, it's for people, entertainers, and people, entrepreneurs to come on and network. And you are definitely an entrepreneur. You're one who I would love to have on a platform, because you're also a nurse and everything, you know, and you're also a phenomenal person as well, and a sister and everything. So definitely go onto the block and come join us, post your stuff, let everybody know on the block what you're doing so we can learn about you and everything, and hope to see you there. And it's, like I say, free in all app stores. That's it.
Okay, so I get to go on my app store and download. It's called The Block.
No, well, you're going to go to the app store and search Everything Entertainment Expo. That's the name of my company. And then the block is just a social media platform for my company. And you're going to download the block, okay?
The Block, okay.
And come on, you know, you can post social media. It's a social media outlet, okay, and everything where you and invite friends too.
Okay. So
and don't not claim you. You know what I'm talking about. So you're not coming on through SETI. So do not let him tell you to inbox me saying you're coming on through him. You know what I'm talking about. Don't look at me like you. Yes,
I get her direct contact now, Steady.
Yes. Steady trying. There's a contest going on and he's trying to win it. So no.
Okay.
She's mine. I got her. The block got her. So you cannot claim her. Look at this thing.
I would like to say, just for the record, that is disloyalty at this point in time.
That is not disloyalty, honey. That is not disloyalty at all. In no way, shape, or form.
First of all, you can't come up here, go try to use the Who They Want platform to try to win her over and then exclude me from getting the content.
It is, so you can't get me. Look.
You cannot use her as saying I brought her onto the block. No, do not tell him, don't let him tell you to inbox the block saying, oh, Steady referred me. Because Tasha already did.
Oh, cousin, she done told your secret.
I knew what he was going to do. He think he's slick. I know what he's going to do.
See that?
You
And the
message
house
me.
ordered me some squirrels for Christmas. Now it just went from getting the whole house some to probably about 2.
Oh, see, I don't know, Natasha. Nah.
Well, let me tell you something. That's your grandma too up in the house, right? That's your grandma too up in the house, right? So you gotta make sure she gets them 12. So you know what I'm saying. So he can't be throwing the threats out there because you're gonna make sure grandma's okay.
Yes, I'm gonna call grandma on him. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gonna put a pin in that, and we're gonna end this segment of the I Am Who They Want. I thank you, Khaleesi.
So you got me, her, and grandma on you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. It's been a real show. Thank you so much again for coming on and everything. It was a pleasure having you, a pleasure meeting you and everything.